Ready for an adventure? We're diving deep into Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. It's all about hidden treasures, listening to your gut, and the journeys that shape us. You ever feel like you're meant for something bigger?
Absolutely. And this book really taps into that feeling, that yearning for something more. It's about uncovering those hidden desires, those personal legends that are often whispering to us beneath the surface.
Right. It's like that quiet voice inside saying, hey, there's more to life than this. And in the story, our main man, Santiago, a shepherd just living his life, he starts having these incredibly vivid dreams.
And these aren't just any dreams, right? They're filled with this powerful imagery treasure at the base of the Egyptian pyramids. It's Coelho's way of introducing us to this idea of the soul of the world, this universal force that's guiding us, nudging us towards our true purpose.
It's like the universe is sending a postcard, right?
Yeah.
But a really cryptic postcard that requires a cross-continental trip to decipher. And the crazy thing is, he actually listens. He meets this wise old king, Melchizedek,
Who basically confirms what Santiago's already feeling deep down. It's like, hey, those dreams, yeah, those are your calling. Don't ignore them.
and to help him navigate this whole finding your destiny thing, Melchizedek gives him these two stones, Urim and Thummim.
Which, let's be honest, sounds a little out there, right? But they represent this idea of trusting your intuition, those gut feelings that tell you whether you're on the right path or not.
It's like a cosmic compass, pointing him in the right direction. But even with a mystical compass, things don't always go smoothly, do they? He ends up getting robbed in Tangier, no money, doesn't speak the language. Talk about a reality check.
That's where the real test begins, right? It's easy to chase your dreams when everything's going well. But it's those moments of adversity, those challenges that really reveal our strength and resilience.
You could have just given up, booked the next flight back home, or pretended the whole thing was a crazy dream. But he doesn't, does he?
No way. And that's what's so inspiring about Santiago's journey. He digs deep, remembers those stones, and finds a way to keep moving forward.
He gets a job at this crystal shop, which I guess is kind of fitting, considering he's on this quest for hidden treasures.
It's like the universe has a funny way of providing exactly what we need right when we need it. And it's in that crystal shop where he meets someone who's going to change his trajectory yet again. And it turns out this guy is also on his way to meet the alchemist.
Talk about a coincidence. Or maybe it's more like fate. It's like the universe is weaving these two journeys together.
It's all connected, right? And this new character, the Englishman, he's interesting because he represents a different kind of seeker. He's obsessed with knowledge, particularly alchemy.
So like the more academic, studious type.
Exactly. He's got books, he's got theories, and he's got his own set of those Urim and Thummim stones. He's looking for the alchemist because he wants to learn the secrets of the masterwork.
Which is, remind me again.
The ultimate goal of alchemy, creating the elixir of life, and the philosopher's stone, immortality, turning lead into gold. The works.
Ah, right, the classics. So they're both searching for this alchemist, each with their own motivations. What happens when they finally reach this mysterious oasis?
Well, for Santiago, it's not just about the alchemist anymore. He meets Fatima, and let's just say, sparks fly.
A little desert romance.
It's more than just a fling, though. Fatima, she represents this deep connection to nature, a wisdom that comes from understanding the rhythms of the desert.
She sounds pretty incredible.
She is, but their love story takes an interesting turn. Even though she's clearly fallen for Santiago, she encourages him to continue his journey to find the alchemist.
Wait, really? She's telling him to leave.
She understands that he needs to fulfill his personal legend, even if it means being apart.
That's some serious trust right there. So what does he do?
He's torn, obviously,
Yeah.
but he knows he has to see his journey through.
And right when you think things can't get any more dramatic, he has this vision of a tribal attack on the oasis. Talk about a buzzkill.
It's a turning point in the story. This vision, it's not just a random dream, it's his connection to the soul of the world becoming stronger. He's starting to tap into something bigger than himself.
So what does he do?
He warns the tribal leaders, and because they listen to him, they're able to prepare and defend the oasis. Santiago basically becomes a hero overnight.
Wow, from lost shepherd to desert hero. This is quite the resume builder.
And now he's faced with another choice. Stay in this newfound comfort and security, or
answer the call of his personal legend. I'm sensing a theme here.
Exactly. And guess what he chooses?
Don't tell me he's off to find the alchemist again.
You know that saying, the journey is the destination?
Yeah.
Well, that pretty much sums up Santiago's next move. He chooses the alchemist, the unknown path. He's come too far to turn back now.
So does he actually find this alchemist dude after all this time?
He does, and their encounter is, well, it's not what you'd expect.
Oh, yeah, so.
It's not like the alchemist just hands him a map to the treasure and says, "Here you go, kid, live your dreams."
Yeah.
It's much more profound than that.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So what happens?
The alchemist becomes this guide, this mentor figure, who helps Santiago tap into his own wisdom. He teaches him to observe the world differently, to pay attention to the signs and omens that surround us.
So it's like he's learning to read the language of the universe.
Exactly. And through these lessons, Santiago starts to understand the true meaning of his personal legend. It's not about reaching some physical destination. It's about the transformation that happens along the way.
Right, like all those detours and challenges, those weren't just obstacles. They were part of the journey, shaping him, teaching him.
Exactly. It reminds me of that quote, "The obstacle is the way."
Ooh, I like that. But I have to ask, what about that whole turning lead into gold thing? Does that actually happen, or is that just a metaphor?
You'll have to keep listening to find out.
Oh, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
No, I'm kidding. It does. The alchemist, he shows Santiago how to use the philosopher's stone, the pinnacle of alchemy, to turn a piece of lead into actual gold.
No way. So it's real.
It's a powerful symbol, isn't it? But the alchemist is quick to point out the real magic isn't in manipulating metal. It's the internal alchemy, the transformation we experience when we pursue our dreams.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get that. It's not about the destination or even the gold. It's about who you become along the way. So what about the pyramids? The treasure, does he ever find it?
He does, but it doesn't happen the way he expects.
Of course not. There wouldn't be much of a story if it was that easy, would there?
So what happens?
He finally reaches the pyramids after all this time, and he gets robbed. Everything's stolen. Beaten within an inch of his life.
Oh no, seriously. Talk about adding insult to injury.
Right. But as he's lying there, defeated and wondering what it all meant, one of the robbers leans in and tells him about a dream.
A dream? What kind of dream?
A dream about a treasure buried under a sycamore tree in Spain. Wait a minute. Spain? Isn't that where Santiago started?
Exactly. And in that moment, it all clicks for Santiago. The treasure, the real treasure, the fulfillment of his personal legend. It wasn't at the pyramids after all. It was back home, right where his journey began.
Wow. Talk about a full circle moment. So he goes back home.
He does. Returns to Spain, digs beneath that sycamore tree, and just as a robber dreamt it, he finds a chest filled with gold.
So he does get his treasure. But more importantly, he understands that the real treasure was the journey itself, right?
The wisdom he gained, the love he found, those were the true riches.
And what about Fatima?
He returns to the oasis, his heart overflowing with love and gratitude, and reunites with Fatima. They live, they love, and I'd like to think they spend their days sharing stories of their incredible adventures.
Wow, what a story. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About those dreams we bury deep down, those whispers we try to ignore. Maybe it's time we all paid a little more attention to our own personal legends. Who knows what treasures we might find along the way?